All right, Dr. Claw back with part 2 of our Welcome to English 2130 online for fall 2018. We left off with just a discussion of adhering to online conduct. So there's a concept of netiquette is probably kind of familiar to you. I would say this is probably the most important thing to keep in mind. Don't say anything to a person online that you wouldn't say face to face. That's going to take you a long way. But there are also some useful things like don't write in all caps. That's considered shouting, stuff like that. So make sure you have a look through those. And Title IX statement, so you are all deserving of an educational experience free of harassment. So please direct concerns about harassment, if not to me, then to the office of the Title IX coordinator. Okay, so basically what we've got left to talk about is our course schedule and Yellowdig. So this is the real meat of the class. Because I'm teaching the same class face-to-face, y'all are going to be following the same deadlines that they will have. This is going to keep things simpler and will actually probably help you maintain a better online class schedule. So like I said before, all assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. except for reading quizzes, which are due at 8 a.m. And that's to allow for discussion on Yellowdig. So, if people start talking about the text on Yellowdig and you haven't read it yet and haven't done the reading quiz yet, then the reading quiz becomes much less effective for you and it's harder for you to participate in the conversation. So that's why those reading quizzes are due in the mornings. Okay, so you'll see this is all broken down by weeks, and you'll see what we're going to be talking about. So like tomorrow, I don't expect you to have read anything by this point, so we're just introducing the course. We're going to start working on the concepts of analysis and close reading, and we're going to use The Dream of the Rude, which I believe it's page 54 in the Babel. I'm just going to go ahead and write that in there. Babel 54. I'll correct that if that's not correct. And then we'll be moving on to Beowulf. And so you'll see here I give page numbers in the Babel for you to read. So this is for an introduction to Beowulf. But if something we're reading also has line numbers, that's indicated here. So one line is indicated by a single L. More than one line is indicated by a double L abbreviation. So here I'm asking you to read the first 2,000 lines of Beowulf, which sounds like a lot. It's kind of a lot, but you don't have a reading quiz until next Thursday, so like a week from now, so you have plenty of time to read that. And so that brings us to the next thing to note about the course schedule, which is that any due dates are in bold and generally at the top of the date that they're due. So as I mentioned, reading quizzes are due at 8 a.m. and those are multiple choice, fact-based, open book, and I'll talk more about that. Some things, like this is a little paragraph I want you to read, and so I'll post that in the section called Readings under Modules, and I'll walk you through getting to that as we get closer to that time. Here you'll see there's another, here's an actual assignment. That's not a quiz that's due, and this tells you where that's due. Go to Canvas, click on Assignments. Yeah. Oh yeah, so you will have the Avatar project, which I might do in discussions. I might do in Yellowdig. I haven't decided about that, but I will decide before we get to that point. Sometimes your avatar projects will be due like the night before a class discussion of that concept. So this is less difficult for y'all to keep track of because you are an online class, and so you aren't necessarily used to turning things in face-to-face anyway. But just as a heads up, sometimes there are due dates that are between the Tuesday, Thursday meeting dates. But those will all show up on the Canvas calendar as well. Okay. Yeah, so that's the schedule. The final exam for this class will be due by Friday, December 14th at 9:30 p.m. Okay, so that is our schedule. Oh, you need to know about Yellowdig, don't you? Okay, that is the face-to-face class. Let's find here's your actual class. So to get to Yellowdig, I'm going to be moving the link up to the top. Canvas is being weird with the Yellowdig links right now, and it's all at the bottom, but you can access it there or through assignments. And in fact, you will need to go in from assignments at some point. But some of you may have already gotten on Yellowdig and seen this, and if so, that's great. But I'm going to give you a quick overview, and then I have some Yellowdig tutorial videos that are in the Yellowdig assignment. So once you're ready to start thinking about Yellowdig, do click on the assignments, go to Yellowdig, and watch those 2 tutorials that are going to walk you through it more clearly. So here's just a little intro to me. That's me and my son. And then there's a standard post that Yellowdig creates that you can have a look at as well, that walks you through how to tag people using hashtags, that sort of thing. The board is fairly bare right now, which is why I've done the tutorial separately, because I use some old boards for those to show you how it all works. But basically, when you want to create content on our Yellowdig board, you would pin. Use the navigation up here to do things like follow me. You will want to follow me immediately so that you get notified when I post things, because this is where basically Yellowdig takes the place of us being in class together. So topics that I would normally bring up in class, I'm going to be putting on Yellowdig, and y'all are going to be commenting on them or putting your own questions or comments on there, and that's how we have our class interaction. And then I want to talk very briefly about points. So you will earn points for creating content on Yellowdig, whether you're pinning or commenting, or if you make a really amazing pin, and you're showing some excellent critical thinking or close reading or something like that, I might give you a badge and you can get points that way. That's something that I'll talk more about in the tutorial. There are also topics that you can use to filter what you see, but that you'll also need to use to label what you post. So once you are ready to get started, do hop over to that assignments, and once it populates, click on Yellowdig posts, and there are these 2 tutorials in there that you'll want to see, and then you'll want to click the load Yellowdig post in a new window. And once you've done that, it will establish a connection between Yellowdig and Canvas, and you'll be all ready to go. So I think that's all I have for right now. Thank you for your patience, and just know that I'm here for you. I know that having an unexpected online class can be a little bit stressful, and I'm here to make that as least stressful as I can. So please reach out. Let me show you the Yellowdig Q&A forum. Pop back down here. I could just load it in a new window. If you wanted to ask a question for the whole class, when you make your pin, you have an option of choosing topics there, so you could also add Q&A. And that will be something that everybody can look for, and that, make sure you tag me so that I know that it's there and I can answer it. All right. Thank you all for listening, and I'm looking forward to working with you this term.